thank you, Mount Union, for the 4 years I spent with you. They weren't all happiness and joy. I doubt anybody's are, and our football team wasn't quite as good as you enjoy today. But those were years that transformed me from a homesick girl to an educated woman. When you've reached my age, I hope you too will be able to look back on a lifetime of saying thank you to Mount Union for what these years have meant to you. While I've got the mic, I just want to share two things with you on this important day. The first is that your degree is a key to help you open a door. Today, your door might say teacher or biologist or computer scientist. More than likely, however, your degree will be opening just the first of many doors. In the time since I received my degree from Mount Union, I have been an elementary teacher, a mother, a wife, an owner and operator of a preschool, a caregiver, an associate in my husband's asset management firm, a grandmother, and now a writer. I started writing children's books when I was 60 years old, and 9 years later, I have finished 16 of them and have a novel coming out soon. This was not something I expected to do when I was where you are now, but I will be saying that of all the jobs I've had, this might be the most fulfilling. The other thing on my agenda is something I'd like to ask you to do. Please learn from one of my biggest mistakes. The president of Mount Union when I attended here was Dr. Carl Gracie. He was my hero. I was the homesick type, and he would seek me out to see how I was doing. I even was invited to his home several times. I never got to tell him how important he was to me. He left Mount Union a few years after I graduated. I finally saw him again at a summer shiitake called Lakeside on Lake Erie. He stopped his car, rolled down his window, and said, "Vanita, do you remember me?" I said, "Of course, Dr. Gracie." And horns tooted, and he had to move on with a promise to see me soon. A month later, he was dead. I never got to say thank you until my husband and I had the naming opportunity for Gracie Hall. Didn't want Oelschlager on it. Maybe a beer, Oelschlager Lager. We didn't want Oelschlager on a building. So that was my thank you to his memory. If there is a professor or President Giese or someone else who has meant a lot to you here, please tell them today before you